Howdy folks, and welcome back to Out of War. The sun's going down, but the work continues. I think we're about ready to sell this bad boy and upgrade to an L11. As you can see, the place is lit up. I spent a little bit of money on some lighting. So we can work at night when I want to, because I've been just basically skipping through the night. But sometimes it's fun to do it in the dark with the lights on. I thought that would be an interesting thing for a video. Hopefully y'all are along for the ride. So yeah, I've got a bunch of lights up over here. Getting ready to blast on this face, but we're gonna run to town first to good old Iron Johnson equipment and get ourselves an L11. I think I got enough money between selling this guy and what's in the bank here. We'll see how it goes. Let's head on down to town. This guy is just about out of fuel, so it's a good time to go trade it in. Now I just have to remember, how do I get to Iron Johnson equipment? It's over there. I can see the sign. See if we can find our way there in the dark. Now, I know YouTube's going to make this super dark. It always does for darker videos, but we've got a lot of lighting going on, and I think the lighting is pretty well done in this game. So we're going to roll with it. Yeah, I normally think go left back there, but I'm going to try going down here on this road. Because I thought it connected back up to where we need to go. Let's find out. Yeah, here we go. Then I believe we just go running up the hill. I think I see the sign through the trees. Yeah, there's the gas station. So the L11, I think it has a 13.5 yard bucket. This is 9.5 yards, so it's a decent upgrade. But I think maybe it's the same horsepower, so I don't know how that's going to play out. We'll just have to see how it goes. All right, we made it. Now, as far as I know, you can't sell a vehicle unless it's in your inventory. So we're going to do that. Let's turn off the lights, and then I'm going to go grab my orange paint and my gray paint. Do some blasting here in a minute too. All right, we got those off. As far as I know, that doesn't make any difference for selling it. All right, so we have the L10,000. I'm going to say return that to inventory. We're going to come over here, and we're going to sell that. They'll give me 54,000 for that, which I think will give us enough to buy the L11. Yeah, 228. Nice. All right, so if we look at this bad boy, I was 13.1 yards. I was a little off. At 541 horsepower. This has 518, so this is a little bit more horsepower and quite a bit more on the bucket. So we're going to buy one of those. Slap that in there. Have it airlifted. Amazon drones are out of control. And enter the vehicle. Oh, look at this thing. Oh boy, it's huge. Let's get our paint job on. So we're going to grab that. We're going to say you become orange and you become gray. Oh, does that change the handrails too? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, we'll have gray handrails, I guess. I didn't really think about that. That's fine. Our yellow fire there. See, we got cool beacons. And I'm just going to sell the paint. I don't really care what I get for it. I'm just getting rid of it. Oh, boy. Not the best horn in the world, but off we go. So try out our new loader. I used to put the chain tires on everything, but I think we'll just leave default. I'm going to go back on the main road. You can go either way. I wonder if this will fit in the mine. It is a little bit taller, I think. It's definitely beefier as far as just the body. If all else fails, I can buy another loader that's small enough to go in the mine. So let's get back up here. We'll stop by and fill it up with fuel, and then we'll give it a whirl. Looks pretty cool with it all lit up like that. I'm going to try a drive-by refueling. There we go. Perfect. I didn't want to stop and lose the momentum I had. Does it still fit under the bridge? It does. Excellent. And I think it'll fit in the mine. Oh yeah, no problem. Alright, cool. Let's go get us a scoop of copper then. Start us off. Now with the L10,000, a scoop of copper was about 25 grand, something like that. So this should be even more. If these deposits are big enough to warrant the cost, I might eventually get a conveyor down here, but I'm not sure if they're that big. So for now, we'll just come down here and grab a scoop. Bonk. Yeah, she's a little tight down in here, but we made it. Didn't quite get the overloaded bucket. So I'm getting ready to do some blasting. We still got quite a bit of coal over here where I was flattening off for the plant. Then we're going to go back and hit that main face. Whoa. So yeah, we're going to blast that right there with the cab. Get more coal, and then we'll be tackling this main face here ahead of us as kind of the main thing we'll be hitting up. That's why I left the hopper over here. So I think that is a pretty sizable coal deposit. Now I've already got the generator on. We're going to fire this guy back up. There we go. And we're going to go blast this face down. All right, fire in the hole. Nice. It's mostly dirt. Need to bring that down eventually. Let's get just a little more here. So let's do like you. Something like that. There we go. All right, let's scoop. Start making some money. Might even take my parking brake off. Word on the street is you can go faster with your parking brake off. All right, 13-yard bucket. Start bringing in the money. The little operation is growing quite a bit. Started with a pickaxe and a dream. Yeah, see, there's where we get into the goofiness of the bucket. Yeah, that's quite a substantial hump. Problem is, it falls out of the bucket, I think based on the angle. I don't think it matters, like, if you're moving forward or not. Then you start sliding over the ground, and yeah. There's still a lot of work to be done, but especially with the dozers, the dirt physics is in good shape. I should go back and watch some of my first season, see how far we've come along. It's been through a lot of iterations. Yeah, it might be worth getting like the smallest wheel loader and having one of those on site for some of this finer cleanup work. We can definitely move a lot of material with this bad boy, though. So that's kind of what we're going to do the rest of the video. We're just going to move material and make money. See, that should be... Yeah, there we go. Got a little bit coming through the wash plant. It's been mostly coal. Actually, I don't remember if I've got the coal cell on. I must have, because that money's ticking away up. More than it would be ticking up if it was just dirt. Speaking of dirt, we do have a lot of dirt that came down here. We're selling our dirt as well. I was doing some testing. The coal plant burns coal, like, depending on the power load. So if I'm just running the lights, it kind of just sips on the fuel. Whereas if I've got the whole plant running, it blasts through it. So that was good to see. It does take into account how much load you've got. Alright, see if we can get over into some of this coal here that we blasted down. Actually, let me see if I can get this pocket right up here. Gonna use some of the goofy physics to our advantage. This thing does seem to have decent, like, acceleration stuff. It's quite a bit bigger. I didn't look at the weight. It does get around good with the horsepower. Slopes are just a challenge with any of the vehicles. But here on the flat, running loads, it's fine. Do have a little bit more coal right up in there, don't we? No problem. Alright, let's grab some from here. Whee! And my butt clear up in the air. Oh, must have some pay dirt in there. I see boxes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. There you go. Nice, healthy scoop. There you go. We're back up over 100 grand already. Very nice. So let me turn off the coal pass-through for just a bit. I do want to have, I've got a little bit on me. I've still got 1,000 on me. I need that to combine with the silicon, make rubber, so I'll capture a little bit of that as we go. You see there's quite a scoop here. I was scooping out, there was coal there. I kind of got all of that scooped out for the most part. There's still a little bit that just fell down on the surface. Keep thinking this coal seam will end over here. Just keeps on going. And when I'm done digging over there, I may move some of those lights over here to this face. We'll see. It is... Oh, it's skipping through the night. That's why it's going faster. Finally got to nighttime. I forget what nighttime is considered. When I started the episode, I believe it was around 6 p.m. It is blasting through the night now. But then it's darker over here for quite a while because of that big mountain that blocks the sun until, you know, like 11 o'clock or better. Pocket over there. There's just coal everywhere. There's definitely not a shortage of stuff on these maps. Makes it nice for solo play. Multiplayer, it'd be kind of neat to have, you know, spread out and you can get a lot of trucking operation going on. For solo play, I'm glad it's all close together. I don't have time for multiplayer. I'm literally sitting here right after work with a half-eaten sandwich beside me, trying to get some game time in. Wife and kids are out for a bit. But this game especially is a good way to unwind after a long day of work. It's very chill. Gonna get that bucket a little more full. There we go. Is that pay dirt up there? I'm gonna have to get a better look at that face. Is that just dirt with light on it? Gets a little bit harder to tell after dark. What time are we looking at? Yeah, it must be 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Something like that. Not sure. It says it's daytime now, so we're back to one-time speed. But it'll be, you know, hours till it's light over here. So that's why I wanted to light it up. I think that is pay dirt. Yeah, there's a little pocket of pay dirt there. Okay. Interesting. Oh, tip over. Need to shove some of that dirt in the hole, level it back out. Brakes on this thing are amazing. now I can see kind of the vertical bit there. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of that was actual pay dirt. This has gotten a little easier to do. That's for sure. Whoa. You can feather the dirt out of there a little better. Or I'm not sure what the technical term is. Alright, give me some more of that. That's got some pay dirt in it at least. Then I'll get the roller over here. Get some of these chunks knocked down. There's a good view of the bucket. Somebody was asking about backdragging, and you can't backdrag. Mechanic's not in. But also, most of these buckets are V-shaped rather than smooth, straight, whatever you call them. So even if you could backdrag, you know, with teeth and all, it would be of limited use because of the shape of the bucket. Alright, let's get you over here. Let's hop in the old rolleroo. Get some of those chunks knocked down. Apparently the collision mesh is larger than the detail mesh. Yeah, I'm glad the L11's got this beacon. I like this beacon, like this on the roller. I was about ready to put one on the L10,000. Then I was like, I think I'll just get a bigger loader. There we go. That ought to help out quite a bit. Let's do a couple passes. Got a little bit of that filled in. Yeah, I want to do a little more cleaning up over there around the mine entrance. Oh, because the camera's closer. It's like, why could I hear that? I was in the cab. It's because it's going off the camera position, not the player position. There we go, a little smoother coming out. I need to feed the beast though. The beast has stopped making me money. Now it's just burning money. Feed the beast. Probably should go grab some coal and then turn that cell back on. I need you down to about something like that. Yeah, you're just gonna slide across the ground like you're on ice, huh? Yeah, that's crap, but it is what it is. I know physics is hard. It's a lot of math. It's a lot of my phone going off when I'm trying to record a video. Should put that on vibrate. Never a dull moment around here. I'll probably forget to edit this out, so I'll just apologize in advance for checking my phone. It's just my ISP texting me that my bill is now available, which gets auto-paid, so no worries. We got internet for another month. Thought it may be the wife since she's out and about, so it doesn't hurt to check. Making sure you're taking care of number one. Starting to get a little pink over there in the east. It might get daylight one of these days. Get some various screenshots. I'm not sure what I want to use for a thumbnail yet. Having options is good. That could be a talking point. What do y'all think about thumbnails? I've always made my thumbnails from the gameplay. I'm not big on like clickbait, as you'll know if you've been around the channel. I'm very much against all this AI generated crap. It almost seems like it may be going a little bit out of style, but for a while there, like everybody was doing the AI generated thumbnails. I want to see the game. I want to know what I'm getting into. I don't want some AI crap, but also understand that's how you play the game, but as far as, you know, the YouTube game. But I don't do that. I'm just playing games and making videos, and a few people watch, and it's all good. So what do you think about thumbnails? Do you care? I try to get a good game screenshot that kind of captures the essence of the video. That's about it. Sometimes I don't even put text on there. Very rarely use giant red arrows or circles. But there's a reason that after, like, I don't know, 12 years or however long I've been on YouTube, I'm at like 29,000 subs instead of hundreds of thousands. If I was just going for growth and YouTube dominance, I don't think that'd be nearly as much fun. Plus, I'd be doing things very, very differently. I know what gets the views, even on my channel, but I don't always feel like playing that. Luckily, I do enjoy Out of Ore, and it does pretty well. People enjoy it as well on the channel, so it does all right. But like Valheim, you know, not many people are watching my Valheim series, but I'm 50 videos in and having fun, so there's that. There's also the pain of being like a variety channel. You know, I don't just stick to one thing. Although ironically, I used to be just a DayZ channel because that's all I played back then. DayZ Mod and then DayZ Standalone. Zombie survival game, if you're not familiar with that. Back in 2012, I think is when that kicked off. So yeah, it started around 2012-ish. So 14 years. I've been on YouTube a while. Terraforming locked. Now we're good to go. Come on, you beast. There you go. Filled the bucket. Luckily, stuff doesn't cave in. We probably have enough coal now. Let me run down here. Whee! No lights over here. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of coal. I'll keep about 2,000 on me, and then we'll just turn the pass-through on. We'll start selling that off. That should be worth a pretty penny. Let's go check on coal. We're selling to where else, I think. I'm not sure this is working as intended. Maybe it just doesn't change that much. Because I've been selling to... Let me just double check. Who am I selling to? Yeah, or else trading. And I haven't noticed it changing a whole lot if we go to order price. Yeah, I can see it fluctuating. Doesn't seem to change a lot. I'm not sure what this bar means. So that's like a visualization of the delta. So I don't know. It seems fine. I just sell all that to one vendor. Maybe it's because I'm solo and it's not, you know, a super huge amount of coal. Maybe that makes a difference. I'm stuck. Help, I'm stuck. We're out. We're free. Anyway, that works for me. I just have that guy set up. And he sells... I'm selling dirt and coal. Pretty sure the dirt is or else also, right? Yeah. So we look at sell points. Oh wait, do they all just have the same model? It says sell point ore. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're... Does it tell me how much I've sold? Global price. Does it drive the global price up or down maybe? No, the global price is going all over the place. I don't know. I can't pretend like I understand the economy. I haven't really looked into it that much because it doesn't really seem to matter that much. If you're doing more volume, it matters, but just selling at the sell point doesn't really seem to make that much of a difference. It's not like since I'm dumping coal that it's tanking the price or anything. The camera system can be a real pain in the butt sometimes. I want to get some more of this coal. The side order of pay dirt. So what's your experience been with the sell points? Does it make any difference? I see what they're going for, but I'm not sure that it makes a whole lot of difference. The number does change, that's for sure. Doesn't seem to change dramatically. But maybe it's not supposed to. Go. Just have some pay dirt come through. Oh, I forgot to mention, the chute stopped working for boxes. Once I moved over here, the boxes would just get stuck no matter what I did. I tried different heights, dropping onto different pieces. I don't know if something changed since I built it, but yeah, the chute doesn't work anymore. So I went with a merger. You know, no more volume than I'm doing solo play. The merger is fine. I meant to mention that in the video where I moved the plant. I forgot. And I said the video after I moved the plant. No, this is the video after I moved the plant. Never mind. I played a bunch in between making money. I kind of forgot where I left off. But yeah, the chute doesn't work with boxes anymore. Not sure why. They would just get stuck in midair. And I could open the crate and take all the molten stuff out. So I threw a merger in there and called it a day. If volume ever becomes a problem, I'll just get another bar roller hanging off of each smelter, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. Didn't these guys used to have a hops meter on them? I was just thinking the farm sim or something. I swore they had a hops meter on. Let's take the shortcut. Let's not. Hey, we're making lots of progress there. I feel like I'm neglecting my main mountain, so I'm going to start grabbing from there. Run almost a tank of fuel through this new loader. Yeah, so we got tons of like pay dirt over here. We got a pretty large coal deposit. So this is why the hopper is where it is, because I'm normally going to be doing this. Is that more coal? Yet another coal deposit, huh? There we go, up to 153 grand. Nice. So it's nice putting coal in there. You get like an immediate return if you've got the cell on. The pay dirt takes a little extra work. You can sell the gold directly, but I like to turn the silicon into rubber. And of course I process the ruby and diamond ore. Takes a little more work. Speaking of, I should probably grab that stuff. I'll try to remember to do that at the end of the video. Yeah, big old pocket of pay dirt right here. It looks like there might be some coal under it. Oops, I spilled all over the place. Yeah, I think that pay dirt's sitting on top of some coal. Speaking of coal, look at this deposit. I wonder how it decides how much goes in the bucket, because You can have an overloaded bucket, and it'll still shave, like, dirt off as you move. Is that just getting deleted, or does it get added to the bucket? I'm not sure. I have a feeling it just gets deleted. But it's kind of nice to clean up all the little blodules and stuff as you go. Little blobs of material and whatnot. A little too far forward. There we go. That should translate into profit as it sells off the coal. It's basically just printing money. I like it. Alright, we're getting fairly low on fuel. So let's quit dumping for a bit. Let's go get some fuel, and I'll show you what I got going on down here as well. Well, this loader is probably not going to fit in there. You notice there's a giant hole there. I went ahead and widened that out with the L10,000. It actually goes into the mine that you get to from the other entrance where I've got my truck and stuff parked. So it's a little bit harder to get to. Let's see if I can get some of that dirt on the side. Yeah, there we go. Now, can I get out of here? So this may eventually become an entrance where we can dig stuff. I just thought I'd see if I could clear it out with the loader, and I could. It's also interesting to note that the mine seems to go like it's caved in. I don't know if they... I'm not sure how they made those. I think that's just an artifact of how they were made. I think this is mostly dirt. We'll dump it in there. And then I think it's time to do a clean out, and we'll wrap this one up. I'm liking the L11. I think that was a good purchase. Gets around good. It's got a nice 13-yard bucket on it. Doesn't seem to be too bad on the fuel. Seems to be pretty reasonable. Yeah, it's mostly dirt. It's got a little bit of stuff in there. Alright, we'll let that send on through. It's 170 grand now. Very nice. And with that copper, I know my plant's working correctly because it ended up over there. I ran 2 buckets through of copper earlier before I started recording, and it went through just fine. I did 2 buckets of copper ore with the L10,000, and I got like 52,000, something like that. That's why I was saying there's about 25 grand a bucket on the old loader. That should be just about done. Got some stuff coming through here. Yeah, you're still smelting some stuff. I found out you can only put boards on the straight sections. You can't put boards on the corners or anything like that. I thought that was odd. So I put a board on the straight section, and then I could snap to the board out to there. Alright, I think we're good. No more dirt coming through. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this part of the plant off. I'll leave the lights on. And let's do a clean out. We'll get that processing. There we go. Yeah, 943 copper. Very cool. So that should be, that was just the one scoop, right? So 18 grand. Not bad. I didn't have quite a full overloaded scoop, so it's a little less. But yeah, here we go. Sell that off. Let's get other stuff processing. We'll go take a look down in the mine. All right, for you. Yeah, I already had some in here I forgot about. I need to sell that off. Then if we look at diamonds, we've got 134, so let's do, say, 65 here. Those rocking through, and we have 300 ruby ore. I tried to divide them up between that. There we go. Get that rocking on. Can sell this. Another 7,500 grand. 23 grand worth of gold. Excellent. Kind of filled that in. That's where I broke through when I was shoveling outside. But let's run down in here and take a look at that hole. I think it's right down here. Or do I have to go further? I've kind of forgotten. No, it's right here. So there's a coal seam in here. I don't know what else we got in here, but this could possibly be another entrance. We'll see how it goes, but you can see here this was kind of cleared out. So it's like they had a mine void here and then they filled it in when they built the mountain. I'm not sure how that was. Okay, if we put this on there, just have pay dirt. Pay dirt, coal, coal. So there's, and then there's just a bunch of dirt. Dirt, dirt, dirt. But there's some coal in here, so we may eventually end up down here in this mine as well. Dirt, dirt. Lots of dirt, dirt. Yeah, mostly just dirt over here, I think. Anywho, I think that'll do it for this one. A little bit of night ops. Thought that would be something fun to try. Show off some of the lighting. I do think the lighting in the game is pretty good. But thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.